Hi friends, welcome to the Unit 2 Day 2 notes. This is in the section Graphs of Linear Functions. So in this we're going to be talking about some of the graphs of linear functions. First, let's talk about what a linear function is. A linear function can be written in the form ax plus b equals 0. And a and b are real numbers. A cannot be 0. If a is 0, then you just have b equals 0, and it doesn't work out to be linear that way. We have three forms of linear functions. We have standard form. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. Those are capital A, capital B, and capital C. Those are actually representative of numbers that you plug in for standard form. For point slope form, this is the y minus y sub 1 equals m times parentheses x minus x sub 1, where y sub 1 and x sub 1 is a point. And then slope intercept form is the one a lot of students are most commonly familiar with, and that's y equals mx plus b. The domain and range of a linear function is all real numbers. Linear function means it's going to pass the vertical line test. That means we're going to have all values of that. The only case that this wouldn't work is if your linear function is in the term of y equals with just a single number. In that case, then your domain is all real numbers and the range is just whatever that one value is. We have a couple methods to graph linear functions. You can graph just using like a t-chart or an xy chart. That's really rudimentary. That's one of the first ways that we teach you about graphing. It doesn't work for certain values. Another one is using the y-intercept and slope. So graph the y-intercept and then follow the slope. Another method that you could use is just by graphing your x and y-intercepts. That would work as well. And then the last method that we'll talk about is graphing using point and slope. So for these down here, you know what you need to be able to do them effectively. To do an x or y, to do an xy chart, you just need an equation, a linear equation. That's all you need to be able to graph it linearly. To have y-intercept and slope, then you need to have your y-intercept, and then, which is commonly referred to as your b value. Slope is m. So this is where usually it's easier to do this if it's in y equals mx plus b. For your x and y intercepts, it's easy to do this if you have an easy way to grab them. The easiest way to grab them is actually from standard form. So you'll see this being used for the standard form. And then point and slope is actually used for point slope form. So you kind of see, it's not necessarily like one is better than the other. This is more like a buffet where you're trying to pick whichever one is the best for what you need. Some equations, you're going to find that it's easier for this one, and then some you might find it's easier for this one. Slope or rate of change can be obtained in the slope formula. The slope formula is m equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Way to think about this is your change in y's over your change in x's. Rise over run is also probably how you heard this as well. All of those are the same idea, the same concept. Join me in the next video as we go over example 1, finding slope between 2 points. Have a great day.